Hello everyone. How's it going this wonderful Friday that we are experiencing? I got off work a little later than I expected to, but I'm just going to use today to work on some more DreamCon outfits. Hi, Mama. There we go. So we're just going to have like a silly, goofy time today. And hopefully I'll be able to see all the chats because I actually set up my stream on my computer, so it's over there, but like I can't really see too much. So I mean, as long as no one redeems take off your glasses, we should be good. But yeah, so currently I'm working on Inumaki, and here's what it's looking like so far. I got this here, and then this is a zipper. Oh, you see how crispy that looks? Wow. I did that. I only watched like 5 million tutorials just to make sure I got it right, but it's fine. I did also make sure I got something to snack on before I started streaming today because I did not realize that my stomach was touching my back. Let me make this a little bit bigger. I don't know why I feel so blind. Oh my gosh, is that my queen? Hello! Thank you for being first. Oh, you get to see Inumaki's shirt. Look at this. Okay, I still gotta finish having this part, but it has a zipper. Look, look. Meow. That's really cool. Yeah, I know, right? So what I had to do next, which I also had to add some fabric into the back here, and to extend the collar. Of course, I set that up. I was like, wow. So I was testing it like for you and oh son of a biscuit. I still have it for Dead Island. Okay, I can fix that. I can fix it. I can fix it. Category. We'll do just chatting about. There we go. This ain't no Dead Island. But yeah, I also have on wireless headphones. That way I can stream from over here, but have my camera and my computer over here. And then, I don't know, I feel like it'll just I don't know, work out better maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so at first I cut this pattern and it was too small for my face because I cut it like a regular collar, but with your neck is back here and your face is here. And so I had to add more allowance so that it could cover my face. So yeah, working on that. Uh-oh, did I forget my iron? I did. Oh, also, so I was contemplating doing like an Uzui Tengen cowgirl type thing or something. Uh, thank you. Stop it. So I have these pants, and they're really cute. They look like they got little bell bottoms, and they're really adorable. These are my favorite. And then they go down in the back like that. So here's the thought, right? This is only if I have enough time for the shirt. But I'm thinking I have this shirt that I really, really like. I can take this shirt, copy it onto some fabric. Hold on, I have it over here. Let me grab this. Oh shoot. So take that shirt, copy it down onto this fabric, which if this looks recognizable, this is the fabric that you gave me. So copy it onto this fabric, and then if you look behind me, I have a Cricut back here. I can get some white vinyl, right? And then I can print out destroy and kanji like the Hashiras have. And then, like do a little thing, do a little dance, make a little noise. And then I also have my like office is a mess because whenever I get into like my little gremlin crafty mode, like everything just explodes. Oh, you have a bodysuit like that? Oh, isn't it from dang. I think I know which one you're talking about because I've seen it and I like it. Okay, you're in the ad. Okay, okay. I'll give you a second. So welcome in everyone. Happy Friday. I hope this Friday is treating you well. My mom got me a soda. This zipper, this zipper was a problem, and I was so upset. But it came out looking so good, and it's an invisible zipper. I top stitched it and everything, so no, it's gonna look good. It has no choice. The only thing that I'm contemplating now is if I want to set in my sleeves. And what setting in your sleeves means is that you will sew, this is what it means to me. You sew your top shoulder seam and you sew your side seam, and then you will also sew your sleeve, which, oh, this is the side. Sew your sleeve, and then you'll put right sides facing each other, put it in this section after you've sewn it, and then you'll sew around. So that's how it's supposed to be. But for whatever reason, whenever I try to do a set in sleeve, like I always just have issues for no reason. So I think I'm just gonna go for it. If anything, I can't take in the sleeve anymore though. That's the only thing is that I have like I got big guns right here. Ka-chows. And so sometimes when I make a sleeve pattern, if I take away too much fabric, it will not fit my arms. But this seems like it'll fit. Yeah. Bending it to make sure I have all of the range of motion. But I'm missing a sleeve pattern. Am I sitting on it? Oh, I am. I am. Whoopsies. Oh, I finished the skirt for Inumaki. Now this is what it looks like, right? This is about to go crazy. Hold on, let me take it off screen so you don't see it first. Okay. It has versatility. So this is what it looks like. Mm-hmm. I made the pleats. So these specifically are called knife pleats. These are what is traditionally used in Japanese school uniforms. So I wanted to use these type of pleats specifically. The only thing was that I didn't really have a whole lot of fabric to work with because I made this skirt and I'm making the top out of a bed sheet. So if I run out, I can't really go out and grab more fabric. And so I made the knife pleats 1 inch. That way, what I had would fit my body essentially. And then this is the cool part. I added a D ring. And what this does is make it adjustable. So now I can wear it as a skirt. And because my hips don't lie, I got to put it over I'm just going to put it over my head because I already have the D ring in the, oh, shoot. And then it just came apart. Never mind. All right. So this is where the magic happens, right? So this is the long strap. I purposely made it long just because I wanted to be able to adjust it as much as possible. You put it through both D-rings first, then you lift the top D-ring, put it in the second one, and that makes it adjustable. And then you can tighten it. I can just tighten it around the the shortest part of my waist, and bam! I'm gonna have little shorts on underneath. I'm gonna be like, ooh, ooh. Meow. I'm not gonna do that, but should I back this up a little bit? Oh, shoot. Meow. Yeah. Oh, I'm dropping stuff. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm tripping on my wire. So yeah, that's how it looks. Meow, 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 meow. And it's long. I wanted to make it long instead of short because you can wear this different ways. So the reason why I added a little slit here is because first off, that was a design that I really liked. Oh, thank you so much. And then also, say for instance, I went like a little overskirt for Ren Fair. I can just adjust a little strap, pull it to the front. Maybe I want to show off more of the underskirt, so I can loosen this up a bit. And it can just be on the sides like that. Hmm. And then, say, say perhaps I want a cape, I can take it. I feel like, do you remember the Lorax? I feel like this is the Thneed. I want a little capelet, just pull it up. That's what it looks like. I mean, I could tighten it some more, but that's what it'll look like. And then if I want it to be like, one of those like shoulder capes. Now I probably could make a shorter one so that this like looks more aesthetically pleasing. I could do a little number like that. Be like, onwards! I must find my noble steed. So yeah, I'm super excited about this skirt because I'll just be able to wear it with all types of stuff, especially the cape part. I'm always looking for capes, but it takes so much fabric. And look, I was able to save time because the bed sheet, usually when you get a bed sheet, there's no raw edges, right? Because they hem it. So if I cut my pattern with the bottom of my skirt lining up with the already made hem, that saves me all of this time. Like all of this right here was already hemmed. I didn't have to do that. All this down here, all around, already hemmed. And then this part right here, if you look closely, this is usually the piece that goes at the top of your bed sheet. But I just left it like that because I was like, it gives it a little like, I don't know, a little extra flair or something. So yeah, that is Inumaki's skirt. I was thinking too, like I can use it for like, any of the Jujutsu Kaisen members, like if I want to do a Nobaru cosplay or something. Now that. So that's the first part of show and tell. Oh, um, I printed your ponytail bases. Hold on. I actually, so I put it in a little box so that it wouldn't get messed up. Now I gotta untape it. We have a delicate. Dang, did I take this too good? Now I'll give you this whole rundown when I see you, of course, but this is a ponytail base. So I 3D printed it. At first it came super big, but since you're doing two, I scaled it down, and then it comes out like that. You can heat it up like the other 3D prints. Heat it up a little bit, like in some hot water, so that it becomes a little pliable. Like don't go crazy, go like bam, but just heat it up a little bit so it becomes a little pliable. And then what you can do, you have two options with this. You can either get a magnet, put it in here, and then put the other magnet on this side, and then it can magnetize together. Or if you want, you can, do your ponytail how you want and then just like super glue it down. I mean, honestly, you might not even need to super glue it though, because look at how, try not to go too crazy. I mean, it has a little bit of give. But yeah, so I printed you two of these. The other one, for whatever reason, ah, thank you. The other one, for whatever reason, like stopped mid print, so this one you'll have to like super glue together. But I printed the whole piece for you. This is the same exact thing except for You'll just need to super glue like this top piece on. So it stopped here, like it did with the headband I was telling you about. And so you'll just have to put this on top. Oh, that's the wrong piece. You'll have to take this piece, put it on top, and just super glue it. Just need something to hold it down in place. But it should work the exact same. And then you'll be able to put the bigger piece on over it. And I mean, honestly, you might not need this extra piece, but you'll have it. You'll have it just in case. But yeah, I don't know why it freaking like stopped out of nowhere. I was like, hello? Like, is you good? But you see how like beautiful it looks? Look at how like I re-leveled my 3D printer and just look at the ironing on it. Like that's smooth. Let's jump it. It's right here. Get up. Yeah, I finished the headband, which I was so upset about because the headband was looking so good. Like, look at how smooth that is. I played around with my settings and I got it on there. It took like a couple of tries, but I got it on there and like it's so smooth now. Like, what? This was some of the filament I was going to use for some armor. So I decided to print it in that. That way there's not a whole lot of stuff that you have to do to, make it work. But yeah, 'tis my show and tell. Oh, I guess I can move you back closer. Come closer. Meow, meow, meow. Oh, too far. Oh, oh. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, my 3D printer is literally right here. I was contemplating if I can 3D print. What's the smaller knives I'm thinking of from Naruto? Like kunai? Yeah, I was thinking of looking to see if I can find a 3D file for that. I had also found those ponytail bases, and I went ahead and I bought the file because I liked the way that this one looked because I just felt like it would work better. It was the best looking one that I saw out there. And there's a video accompanied by it by the cosplayer that made them. And so if I'm like, dang, I don't know how to do this, I could just look it up on there. Well, when you do, just don't let me forget to send you the cosplayer that made that base because she did a whole tutorial video on how she did like ponytails for another cosplay. Um, okay, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do a set in sleeve for this, which will probably look the best, since it's more of like a uniform type. And then we'll get to pick out buttons. These are my favorite parts. You can do it, I believe in you. And the power of friendship. Okay, just gotta make sure every single line's here. There we go. Let me know if the music is too loud. Also, the thing I'm excited about is with using these headphones for like these types of streams, I heard that you won't really be able to hear my sewing machine, which means it's not going to be loud, which means I also don't have to put on a headphone warning. Oh, so this is, I dropped a random piece of fabric. So this is a really cool thing to know. So when you're trying to sew over bulky seams, what you can do is you can get something called a fabric jumper, or sorry, it's called a seam jumper, or you can go the free 99 route and just take some of your scrap fabric like this and fold it up. Hi, Mama. Can't remember if I said hi already. Fold it up, kind of about as high as the seam is, and then you just stick that right behind right underneath the presser foot, behind the needle. So I'm going to do that now. And what that essentially does is it lifts the presser foot higher. That way you're able to push the seam through. So a lot of times people are like, oh, like I can't sew over these big bulky seams with my sewing machine because it's like not built for that. Or I mean, some sewing machines aren't really built for it. Like some of the ones that are like, just all plastic and doesn't really sew at all, period. But on most standard sewing machines, if you just take a little piece of scrap fabric to help you get over the initial hump of the seam, or even with jeans or something, it'll let you sew through. So I'm going to show you that now. And bam. And then you don't have to worry about moving it because with your presser foot and feed dogs, it's just going to push it right out of the way for you. And it's out of the way. Now I throw that over there. I'm hoping to have this done by tonight. Me and Mama are going to go to the store tomorrow to look at how we're going to make Orochimaru's belt. Oh, I also want to tell you that too. So I saw another outfit for Orochimaru that I've been contemplating, and it's his outfit from Boruto. And so I kind of I kind of like that outfit more. But I'm gonna finish up this cosplay first, and then go from there. Because if anything, I'll at least have this ready. Let me put this somewhere that it won't fall, actually. Oh, and then if I do the Tengen Uzui like cowgirl cosplay, I have this wire, and instead of getting an arm cuff like he has, I can take some of this wire and make an arm cuff and be flashy. I think I have some thick. Like this one might work. This is more of a bronze, but I was thinking I can essentially take it, wrap it around my arm, and make a little arm cuff myself. And like a lot of these wires and stuff I got from, where did I get these from? Was it Michael's or something? Yeah, the one with the long kimono. Where his kid was like, I don't know whether to call you mom or dad. I don't know why that fried me. I had seen a clip of it. Let me look up Orochimaru. Um, but this one? Oh, okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so maybe just stick with my original plan. Yeah. But I had white fabric and I saw that one and I was like, "Oh, wow." Like yeah, I haven't seen Boruto either, but I was like seeing a clip and it just it just fried me. I was like, "What?" But I liked that like outfit. Right. I know. I need to not make any more like work for myself, but like this is like one of my things is that when I get into my crafty mood, I just become a little crafty goblin. I'm like, I want to make this and I want to make that and I want to make this. All the things. Okay. All right. Mama knows. I get into my little craft goblin modes and I'm just like, I want to make all the things. The sky is the limit. But hopefully the sewing machine isn't that loud because I have these little noise canceling headphones. So what I'm doing now is I'm just sewing up the side seam of this uniform jacket, which I don't know if I'm gonna make a white shirt to go underneath. I honestly might just take the white uniform shirt from my Kakegurui cosplay and just save myself a little bit of work. The way that I kind of like, I guess, con crunch is I'm like, okay, what are the absolute must haves? Start with those, and then any like wish list items like for my Fern cosplay, I would love for the shirt fabric to match the skirt, but I have a shirt that I can use already, so I'm sticking with that until I finish up all the other must haves. Ooh, I know you're supposed to knot off the serged threads, but put that. And nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know. How would they know? Okay, let me just get this sewn in here. Meow. Which I saw another sewing machine that I wanted. Mama told me no. No, I'm kidding. She was like, "Don't, didn't you just get a sewing machine?" I was like, "Yeah, but this one is Bridgerton theme." It was such a cute sewing machine. I was like, I need it. I didn't really need it. It was so cute. Okay. All right, that is one side seam complete. Ooh. I should have actually brought my iron in here because I'm going to need to iron out all of these seams when I'm done, and that is just going to help everything look crispy. I did go ahead and iron my hems. That way, it'll be easier when I go to sew it. I said, Mama told me no. I said, hey, Mama, how much did you pay for this? Because that's what I always, I always do for stuff that I want. But I'm like, do I really need this? I'd be like, hey, Mama, how much did you pay for this thing? And I try to like not show her the price. That way she can't. Oh,
Fear me, if you dare.
oh my gosh, is that Baldwin Voices? Hello, my friend. How are you doing? I'm so excited to see you here. Look, now I've been talking you up because there's always this from I think when I first followed you, there's always this thing that gets stuck in my head where it's like, "Oh, thank you so much, Mama. She brought my iron for me. That's why she's the best mama ever. Thank you." The flame calls to me. Not for Mama saying because she knows I be parroting this all the time. Not for its pumpkin spice aroma, but it but for its desire for calamity. It was so great. You're doing okay. I'm so glad to hear that. Yes, I am doing fantastic. I am working on an Toge Inumaki cosplay. So I've already done the skirt, and now I'm working on the school uniform. Yes, look, you don't understand. But that's why I don't know if you heard Mama, but she was like, mm. She was like, here she go again. It's always. There was also this character that I had in a Eberron campaign, and she essentially was burned by fire, but it was like a fire elemental, so then she was scared of all things fire. And then eventually, spoiler alert, she gets reborn as a phoenix, and so she's like, okay, I'm pretty cool at fire. And I was like, the flames call to me. It's literally one of my favorites. But for its desire for calamity. So great. But yeah, what have you been up to, my friend? Now I'm a scaredy cat. I I watched content on the game that you're in. I think it was the Poppy Playtime, but I can't remember which one it was. But I was watching game content, like people playing it, because I'm a little bit of a scaredy cat. So I was like watching that. I was like, look at him go! Yeah! Yes, it is definitely a vocal sim for me. After all these years, it's so great. It just like instantly just gives me like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, just makes me happy instantly. Just have a fun time. But yeah, oh, do you want to see the skirt that I made? Let me show you it. Because I'm super excited because I put a lot of work into it. So this is the skirt I made, and it looks very professional. And it is a knife pleated skirt that has D-rings, which makes it adjustable. And so I can wear it as like a cape. I can wear it as a skirt. And yeah, Micho said that to me. You know about JT coming back. Oh my gosh, you're prepping for DreamCon. So are we gonna be able to be in person then? I'm actually that's what I'm prepping these for is for DreamCon because I'm doing a Toge Inumaki cosplay. I'm doing a Fern from Freerin cosplay, and then I'm also doing a. I'm going to be part of a group of the legendary Sanin from Naruto, and so I'm going to be cosplaying as Orochimaru, which I've already gotten his outfit prepared. I just have to figure out the belt thing. But yeah, that's how it looks. It's about this long, but the thing that I really like to do with my pieces is make it so that I can wear it in like day to day stuff and in cosplay, and so I can just wear this whenever I feel like. You'd love to? Okay, okay, I'm super excited. This is gonna be so much fun. This is my first DreamCon. I can't remember. Have you been to DreamCon already? Before? It looks great. Thank you, thank you. I put a lot of work into it. And then my poor 3D printer has been like just going through it. I just been putting it to work. It's like I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too dang bad. Oh, it's gonna be your first too. That's so exciting. Oh my gosh. I can't wait because I always be sitting at home like watching all my mutuals and friends, and I'm like, wow, looks like they're having such a good time. I'm so happy for them. Like, wish I was there. But yeah, this year I'll be able to go, and we'll all get to have a good time. It's so like it's you can't really say like putting a face to the name because like of course I see like your content and stuff, and I'm always making sure like I'm like liking and sharing and stuff. Okay, awesome. Um, but I love conventions because a lot of times for the conventions, like everyone's kind of there for the same thing. Like it's some love of the nerdum, and it's like easier to like strike up conversations and talk about all the fun stuff that you like to do, or even like seeing other cosplayers and seeing the work that they put in because they're always like really excited to like share some of like their tips and tricks, at least the ones that I come across. But it could also be because I be yapping and I ask questions. I'm like, what? You made that? Like, how did you make that? Because like we're so crafty and like think of different things that I didn't learn from like YouTube University of learning how to sew and stuff. And so I've learned like so many cool things from people, like tips and tricks. Like now, well, can't really see it that well, but on my sewing machine, I have an elastic band on here. And instead of, essentially what that is almost like a seam guide. So instead of buying a seam guide online, or even tape, you can use tape too. I just put a little elastic band where I need my seam allowance at, and you can move that however you want. That's like something I saw online. I was like, what the heck? Because I follow a lot of cosplayers naturally. I'm like, what the heck? You can do that? So I'm just going to finish sewing up this side seam. This is also helpful, like having an elastic band or putting tape down where your seam allowance is supposed to end to help you with straight lines too. There's another presser foot that I also use, but since that presser foot is currently on my other sewing machine, I'm waiting for some parts for it. But I'm just using whatever presser foot I got in here, to be honest. Not really like a big rhyme or reason. Uh-oh, where did my little piece of fabric go? So now, since I'm about to go over another big chunk of what's it called? This hem, a big chunk of fabric. With this sewing machine, my needle automatically ends inside of the fabric, but you'll want to make sure that you put your needle down. And then I'm just going to take that little fabric jumper, which is just a folded up piece of fabric, put that down to help me get over this hem. And it flows like butter. Wait, is that the right term? It's soft like butter. I don't know. It slices through it like butter. And that is all done. Well, I mean, it's not all done, but I mean, I can at least try it on now. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, I might have to take off my head. My hair is too big. Dang it. It's like not letting me. Okay, so that's actually a good thing for me to know because maybe what I want to do is change up how I have this zipper. So I'm thinking maybe I'll open this up because I tacked down where I wanted the zipper to end, but I'm thinking I actually need to open this up so that I can just pull it over, pull it on top of it. I think that's what I'm about to do. Uh-oh. I don't know if you heard that. But essentially, I couldn't put this over my head because my hair is big right now. And so I'm gonna have to untack where I have the zipper stopper at, which is just thread. Let me move this over here. And then I'll retack it down, but make it so I can open this up. So I gotta pull out the trusty dusty seam ripper. Okay. Hopefully I don't have to retack down. I might have to though. Um, hmm. Because this is an invisible zipper. I feel like I'm about to do something wrong. Okay. This is fine. Hmm. Uh-oh. I think I messed up. You know what? You know what we do in these cases? We just move on to something else. So I need to iron out this seam and maybe I'll just try it on again because I don't think I'm gonna have a wig cap on when I go to put this on, so my hair isn't gonna be, in a big messy bun. I probably should have thought of that. Where is this thing to plug in? There we go. And then I have this little teeny tiny iron so I can iron down my seams. And I had this little teeny tiny ironing board. That's what I've been making sure I do for all of my projects this time is I have been pressing out my seams like you're supposed to do. I probably should have used a different zipper for this to be honest, but I like the way that the invisible zipper looks. Right? Okay, so I want to press out. I think I kind of want to press this down a little bit to be honest. Press this down a little bit just to make sure it's flat. Then pat, pat, pat till it's flat. Put some herb on your pad too. Now, what I do is, if you believe me or not, I actually don't have any formal pattern making knowledge. And so what I do is I take stuff that I know already fits me, I lay that down on some um, paper or just straight down on the fabric. Like I did I do that with this one? I have did that with this one. I use part of my UG uh, shirt pattern, and then I also just laid down a jacket that already fit me on there. Why am I not getting this seam straight? Is it like that? What happened to the music? Hold on. Oh my gosh, what happened to the sun? Okay, that looks better. Meow, meow. It's like, what happened to it? Oh, it ended. Oh. This one. There we go. Yeah, it's really low. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll either put on some like lo-fi music or I'll watch YouTube videos. Watch quote unquote because it's actually watching me. I'm just listening to it. This almost sounds like the Stardew Valley soundtrack. Okay, I'm gonna take this on this side. So first I ironed it to one side for the shoulder seams and then I'm ironing it open. That way it can hopefully be as crispy as it can be. And this will just make it easier when I go to set in my sleeves. Because you don't want no janky looking seams, or else it's going to become an absolute mess. For this side seam, I'm really just going to focus on getting this seam pressed out that's closest to the armhole. That way I can move on to setting in the arms. And then I can go back and finish, ironing out all the other seams. Okay. There we go. Make sure it is flat. I guess this is more like crafting and maybe you get a nice little tidbit from Avi. I also have a an actual sewing tutorial up on my YouTube too, which was on making a little strawberry. Oh my gosh. A strawberry handbag. A strawberry. Y'all want some strawberries? And I sounded so southern when I said, oh, oh, that's what that is. And I'm just gonna rinse and repeat to this side. Meow, meow. I actually like having a smaller iron, but I do want to also get a bigger iron too. Right now, I just use a steamer for bigger areas. this is really helpful for the seams and stuff because sometimes I felt like with a really big iron, I couldn't really see my seams. We're going to, yeah, make sure this is very straight. I know y'all can't see that. I have my iron in my lap. Just use theater of the mind. Which I was seeing all this stuff about D&D at DreamCon. I was like, oh wow, count me in. That's about all it's going to get out of me today. Let me put this back down. I think I got like I think I got the sewing board from the thrift store, and the iron I can't remember if I just bought that. But the thrift store is a good place to check for different supplies and stuff. Or Facebook Marketplace, because a lot of people I've been noticing have been getting rid of their sewing machines. I'm like, is everybody just collectively not sewing anymore? I literally got an SE400, like discounted. The lady was trying to sell it like for the price that she bought it a while ago, and that was like a couple years ago. And I was like, I can give you this for it, but I'm not giving you the what's it called MSRP price of when she bought it like years ago. So it's like I can get a new one and just pay like $50 extra, get the latest model. All right, so this is gonna be the iffy part. Oh, I also serged all of my edges. Oh, hi, Nude. Hello, friend. I serged all of my raw edges. That way it'll look so nice and neat. Newt, I'm also wearing like my noise canceling headphones so that well not noise canceling, but it noise cancels your microphone so that you won't have to do a little microphone warning or headphone warning. Now I'm working on the sleeves of my uniform shirt. I'm sewing up the side seam. That way I can set it into the rest of the shirt. Ooh, I'm a little off. Oh, why am I so off? Hello? Oh, I shifted the elastic. Why did I do that? What am I on? Yes, yes. So hopefully it's not as loud now. I was talking to my partner. I was like, "Can you hear that?" He was like, "Hear what?" I was like, "Well, can you hear this?" He was like, What are you talking about?" I was like, "Ooh, okay." That means you cannot. I might have to resew this piece. It's a little off. Let me go ahead and do that now because I'm gonna be mad later. What are you up to today, Newt? Are you having a good Friday? Hmm, be careful. So the reason why I jacked up the first seam is because I'm kind of sewing on a curve for this sleeve piece. But it's a good thing I also marked with chalk. You bullies, my friends want to take me. Fired, Crow! No! you played any more Mecha Chameleon? I just downloaded the game today. Et voila. Now all I gotta do is seam rip this first seam that I did. Trying to see. Oh, fried. I was like, fired? They trying to keep you from your bag? Oh, I feel like I got a piece of like thread or something on my nose. Okay, now I just gotta take out this one. Yeah, as you can see, I make mistakes too. They're gonna make you into Kentucky Fried Chicken. Kentucky Fried Crow. Sorry, my bad. I got it wrong. Um, it's a little hard to see the seed for whatever reason. Go. Once you get like a few seams, you can kind of like one, two, skip a few, and just pull it up. But you know what? I was like, I did not take my allergy meds today. Hold on, un momento. Um, it's over here. There we go. But I've been good. Love Mecha. Oh, you got mod maps? I really wish they would bring more modding like to the PlayStation. Kind of like Baldur's Gate did. Oh, you can bring your own type of stuff into the game. I'm like, I didn't even know that was doable until Baldur's Gate did it. I was like, I mean, we could. What? Been playing Prey. What is that? Is that a game? Ooh, that's the actual scene. I need this tough one. This is the not so glamorous part of sewing. Pretty sure you can play Prey on the PlayStation. Oh, okay. What is that game about? Is that like Predator? Like from the Predator series? Is it a game from that? Oh, there's another game that I saw recently. Shoot, it's like you'd have to see. Okay, okay. Let me see. Let me look this up. I got my phone right here. Prey game on PlayStation. It is something from. It is something in space. Doesn't look like it's technically from like the Predator series. Oh heck no! Cause what is that? Do you see that monster? You mean that's gonna be chasing me? $30? It's not bad. Oh, and it's by Bethesda. It's kind of like Doom vibes in. Hmm, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to add this to my list. Oh, it's free with PlayStation Plus. Oh, we lit. I got that. I got that this year. so I can like access the premium catalog. I need to get better at playing more games from it though. That way, I feel like I'm getting my full money's worth. But I really like the being able to stream games because like once you, especially with like Call of Duty, like if you have Call of Duty, that's like the only game you can have on your PlayStation. And that is with me just like only having one of the games, like not even including all the different games that I have. I'm like, well, can you save some space for the rest of my games? I do have some extra storage on my computer now, but my computer just can't run some games. Like it's just not built for that. So I want to either upgrade my PC or eventually get a gaming laptop and do like a dual stream type thing. Kind of like what I do with my PlayStation now, except for instead of the PlayStation, I'll be using the laptop. Oh, you have the deluxe edition on your PC? So that's been out since 2017, that Prey game. Oh yeah, I was gonna say there's some new ghost hunting game I saw recently too. It's supposed to be kind of like Phasmophobia flavored, except for they like have like different mechanics and stuff. I'm ready to eat some food too while I'm in Houston. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out that game. I still need to go back to the quarry. Um, and then I also saw the announcement of Until Dawn 2. So I need to just go through and finish playing Until Dawn as well. Like I start them, but then I don't I don't finish the games. Oh yeah, I saw that trailer. That trailer looks sick for God of War. I was like, okay, I might have to play this. I was like, I don't need no more games and see that. I'm like, maybe one more game. Oh shoot. Let me get this last little scene. Hmm. Right. Yeah. No, I feel like I low-key feel like some of the hate for it's forced, but you know what? Everyone's gonna hate on something. Like, unfortunately, that's something I've learned with content creation is that you just can't make everyone happy. Like, someone's gonna find a reason to hate whatever you're doing. Which is unfortunately sad because you know, I like making people's day, like especially with like streaming, that's just being able to just have like a little fun time and just chill out or play games or sew or something. Or maybe just take y'all around the garden and there would be someone that'd be like, "Oh my gosh, her corn looks so small. Why is she showing us this?" That's something that like I'll always tell people that like talk to me about, oh, I want to start content creation. I'm like, well, just know there's going to be someone that's going to be like, yeah, I hate everything that you're doing. And you have to unfortunately, like, not take that personally and just know that, like, everyone's not going to like what you're doing all the time. You're back! Yay! Welcome back! We just sewed one of the sleeves and we're talking about games like God of War and Prey. Newt was telling me about. There's also this other game called Mecha Chameleon that seems fun. Newt's been telling me about. About your question earlier, Lyson. Okay. What? You've been creating a prototype for a video game? Well, that's awesome. Do you like? Are you allowed to share what type of genre it'll be? You know, whatever it is, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to play, even if it's the most spookiest of games. I'm gonna try to play it just to support. I'm gonna do my best. That is so cool. All right, let me. You can't see that, but I always, for whatever reason, like I can't sew with like a slipper or something on. Like I have to like barefoot the foot pedal. It's gonna be an action RPG with futuristic Y2K aesthetics. Also, don't worry, I'm not a horror person. Okay, okay, okay. I was like, I'll do it for you, but will I be hiding under my desk majority of the time? Probably. So I'm not a horror person for real. All right. I just need to sew this part of the sleeve really quick. I'm trying not to go into my shrimp. What's it called? My shrimp form, which is usually like when I'm on the play on the not the PlayStation, the sewing machine. I'm like, which I say is my little shrimp form. I'm like consciously trying not to do that. It'll be so cool to meet you. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm also going to the content creator cookout too. That's exciting. I got my tickets for that. I was like, you know what? I don't know how many times I'll be able to go to DreamCon. I'm gonna go to this thing. I'm gonna just do it. All right. Second sleeve is complete. So now you know the drill. We're just going to cut off all of these extra threads. And I have found, so like before when I first started not streaming, I can't talk today. Can you tell like it's been a long week? But before when I first started sewing, I used to leave all of these stray threads and I'd be like, "Oh, I'll just cut it like at the end," which some you can, like at the bottom of the hem, I can just wait until I cut those for when I hem up everything. But what you also don't want is if I leave these threads and then you go to, for instance, sew in this set in sleeve, sometimes the threads will peek through the seam because you left the thread there and it just like worms its way up in there. And so I've started just cutting the threads as I go because when you do that and just try to cut it on top, then you just always have this little piece of thread sticking out. It mocks me. It's just like, look who you should have cut before. Now I'm going to iron down this seam. That way it's nice and crispy. Meow. I'm so excited, like, um, getting ready. I gotta find something for my D&D group because we've started doing an annual D&D trip, and so we'll rent like a cabin and then we'll just play Dungeons and Dragons for like 4 days, and it's such a good time. And we can have s'mores. There was like one time where we are like tired of sitting at the table, so we just moved over to the couch and we had this huge foam dice, and we're just throwing the foam dice. All right, looks like an ad break is starting soon. I will see y'all after the ads. But it was so much fun, and this is the second year that we're doing it. I was talking to my Dungeons and Dragon friends, and we have been playing for almost a decade now, and that's like so crazy to me. What's funny is that when I first met this group, and I've told this story a couple times, but when I first met this group, it was when I had freshly kind of moved to Texas before I left. Freshly moved to Texas, and I was like, well, I want to find people to play Dungeons and Dragons with. And at the time, the store that I went to was only doing AL, which is Adventurers League. And so you can go play Dungeons and Dragons and essentially like level up your characters. More XP combat based, even though I prefer more role playing and stuff like that. And so the first time I go, my mom was she was waiting for me outside, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go in there and check out and see if there's any open tables, meow meow meow. And so I go in there, and a lot of the tables were full, but there was one table which was the table that my current group that I have now was at. Well, we've interchanged a couple of people, but my current group was at, and I look over, I'm like, oh, okay, and then they see me, they lock eyes with me, and they're like, I was like, oh, wow, look at this book. Wow, such interesting information. And I left. But then I ended up coming back, and now we're all friends. Now we've been friends for almost a decade. I don't know why. I was like, ah, they noticed me. They spotted me. Oh, okay. This is the part I do not like. Is when I have to sew in the set and sleeve. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to turn this inside out, and that is because you want the right sides facing each other. Mhm. Usually when I iron, I'll keep the side seam iron because you can always just iron that out, but it helps me align up the sleeve essentially when I put that in here. So you take the sleeve, this is the rest of the shirt, and you'll tuck this sleeve inside like so. And then you want to open up the seam allowances. That way you don't get any bulking. Open up the seam allowances. I want to make sure it lines up because there's nothing that drives me more crazy than seams that aren't aligned. Okay, and then I'm going to put a standard straight pin in on both sides of the seam allowance. That way it doesn't move around while I'm sewing. And of course you'll take these out as you go, but I feel like this method just works best in making sure my seams line up and they're nice and crispy. I don't know why that's my favorite word to use when sewing. I want my seams to be crispy! There's probably like better words to use, like pressed. Would like my seams to be pressed. And then because I ironed the top part of the sleeve as well, it gives me where the middle of the sleeve is, and I will take a pin, punch that right through, and then I'll find the middle of the rest of the shirt. And there should be a seam there. Let me see how this lines up. About right there. And I'll stick this through the seam. I need to move this over just a smidgen. Go. I more care about the seam at the top than I do really the bottom. Because no one should really be looking under my armpits. There we go. Now that I kind of got that tacked in pin, I'm going to take. Sorry, I have to clear my throat. I'm going to take some more pins and just pin down the seam allowance at the top of the shoulder seam. That way that doesn't shift while I'm sewing. And then I have those two tacking pieces in. So then this is why it gets a little tricky because this is a curved hem. you have to kind of stretch and play around with the rest of the sleeve. And really, most of the time that I spend setting in a sleeve is literally just playing around with. You see this huge gap here? This has to somehow fit this. Unless I just made the sleeve way too big. Dang, that feels like a lot. Oh my gosh. Huh. Let me try the other side. Sometimes I can't tell whether it seems like a lot or it's just actually like I just need to set it in better. Hi, Expo! How's it going? Happy Friday! We made it to Friday! In this case, I may have made the sleeves a little too big. Hmm. Hmm. I feel like I turned into a villager. I hate sleeves so much. This is the bane of my existence. Ultimate frisbee. So y'all were kind of out there going crazy then with the, with the frisbees. But you know, I can imagine is if you're like, ah, like that could definitely throw out your shoulder. I just know y'all was out there cutting up with the frisbees. Hmm. Okay, so I think in this case, I might have made the sleeve a little too big, which means this sleeve is also too big. And I also have to research all the edges. Okay. Let me first start by taking out these pins. Mm, don't do what I do. Listen to what I say, not what I do. It wasn't the throwing the frisbee that almost took it out. Wait, is the ultimate frisbee kind of like when you guys like tackle each other too? I think I've only played regular frisbee, so I don't know. Oh my gosh, I was thirsty. Felt like I was botched. How much can I realistically afford? Okay, I've got about maybe 2 inches of wiggle room. Ugh, the sleeves are always the hardest part. Do I need sleeves? Like, do I actually need sleeves? Maybe I just go with a cute little sleeveless look. Okay, let me see why this is not fitting. So this is kind of the issue with not having technical knowledge of pattern making because I feel like whatever the answer is probably super clear. I just don't know because I don't know how to formally make a pattern. I just copy clothes that I already have and then make little tweaks to it. Dang, that seems like a lot. How did I get that much? Did I do that? I mean, who else did it? I said, did I do that? I cannot. My arm fits in this one, right? Okay, I don't know if that's a little tight because I'm gonna take that off. Really, probably should have did this top part a little differently. If I could just get my head in here a little bit. Hmm. I need to make sure that the armholes fit. Okay, that should fit. Okay, so it's not that physical. You played with your command this morning, and the way it was set up was that every point your team scored, you had to do 10 push ups, 10. Wait, for you scoring a point, you had to do 10 push ups, 10 crunches, and 10 squats every time? And for every time the other team scored, you had to do 20? Your team won 6-2. Oh my gosh! So you did 100 of each of the push ups, crunches, and squats? Mm. You maybe get like 5 out of me. You're probably getting just like 5 out of me. I got 5 on. Oh my gosh. Hmm. So I've done something wrong. I used an invisible zipper when I probably needed a separating zipper. I'm a little worried because I can't fit it over my head. But I also have this huge little like messy bun up here. Yeah, your shoulder was screaming after it. Your shoulder said, "I'm tired of this, Grandma. Like I'm done." Maybe if I do this backwards, still right side facing. You keep pushing. My gosh, that many push-ups and stuff. I'd have been out. I would have simply just been out. Okay, let me put this here. Oh, that's not straight. There we go. So what I have to do now is because I somehow added way too much armhole length, I have to see how I can cut this down. I think this is why most people just don't set in the sleeve. I feel like the set in sleeve always fits better to me than the other way people do sleeves. I'm just gonna do a junky little tack down pin. That's not straight. Oh. Yeah, you probably can get like 5 of each out of me, and that's it. Okay, so now I'm gonna work some magic, right? Because I made the sleeve armhole too big, I'm going to kind of tack it down as if I were sewing, but this is just to make sure that it fits all the way around. I'm gonna use a lot of sewing pins, and then whatever's left over is what I will sew down, and I'll just copy that to the other sleeve. I think what you can also do is use like a basting stitch and then pull it, but I don't really want any gathers. for this sleeve because it's supposed to be like a uniform sleeve, so it's supposed to be very clean cut essentially. Dang, I'm gonna have to take a lot off. Oh my gosh, how did I do this? I gotta make it work though because this is all the fabric that I have. Because fun fact, this was actually made out of a bed sheet. I'll go to the thrift store and I will essentially recycle bed sheets that are like cotton. Of course, nothing that looks crazy, but I'll just recycle bed sheets and use that for cosplay. That's how I made my Orochimaru cosplay. That was also a bed sheet. My Fern cosplay, that was a bed sheet. Really easy if you have something that you're making that's white because a lot of times bed sheets are white unless you have like, fancy schmancy stuff. And what I try to look for is anything that is either 100% cotton or if I have to get something polyester, not have to, but I'd prefer it to use it than it end up in a landfill or something. I'll get at least 50% cotton if I'm using it for cosplay. If I'm just using it to like, there's something called mocking. So if you want to try making something on like scrap fabric, you would use muslin. But you can also use like the bed sheets. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to take a whole lot off. How did I do that? That's crazy. I just do this with one sleeve and then I just copy it onto the other one because I don't have time to do this to both sleeves. I mean, I have time. I'm still like 2 weeks out from DreamCon, but I don't have time at the same time. I'll have y'all know though, I've been staying up late past my bedtime. I'm stretching it out a little bit just to make sure this don't shrink on me. Dang, so I gotta take a whole lot off. How much is that? Let me use my ruler. Oh, that's the broken part of it. Oh, I have a measuring tape right here. Drop my other sleeve. So how far was I off? I was off by almost 3 inches. How did I do that? Hmm. Okay. Well, that's something. Okay, let me stretch all of this out. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little basting stitch. And essentially what that is I'll take a straight stitch, I'll adjust the stitch width, and I'm just gonna make it stupid big. And this basically just tacks it into place. I kind of need to do it on the other side. I'm also gonna mark with chalk to connect this as best I can. because I want to be able to have the room that I need. So I'm thinking I'm just going to make a little diagonal here. Dang, I should have brought in my other table. Move that back a little bit. Okay, gonna connect this to the seam that I already have, because really I just need to get some of the bulk out of the top part. This is where I think I went wrong. Oh, this is not straight at all. That's a kitty. It does not need to be perfect. Dang, that's so much! No, let me just do a basic stitch. I'm being lazy. I'm gonna try to just stick my arm in there with all the pins. Right. So I set my stitch length to 5, which is usually 2.5 just for reference. I'm going to stick this in here and then do a test fit. Okay, so I start at 5/8. And I don't need to backtrack this because I'm literally just trying to. Oh, I'm so far off. Oh my gosh. How did I do that? Okay, make sure you take out your pin. Uh-oh. Go. Now, I know some people say you can sew over pins, and well, I don't suggest it. Unless you got safety goggles on, and if you're anyone that sews, you know you're not sewing no safety goggles on. But essentially what can happen is either your needle will break or the, there we go, or the pin will come flying out at you. So, yeah, don't do it. Okay, now I get to take out all these lovely pins, make sure that the sleeve still fits, and if it does, copy this onto the other one. I think I'm low-key already kind of hungry. Okay, moment of truth. Oh, that feels a little tight. Hmm. I don't know if I like that. It's a little tight on me, which means if I flex or something, it's gonna get all. Hmm. The sleeve will be more here though, so maybe I just won't have that issue. Hmm. Oh, let me also make sure this is straight. Actually, if the sleeve comes out here, that won't be too bad. I don't know how I made this so big. And I also wonder if I just like fold in this top half some. that'll fit better. Well, since I did a test, so I'm gonna use my seam ripper to take out this first seam that I did. That was so nice. Dang, I think I did a double one on that one. I should have tested it first. Okay, seam up all this seam. I've seen some people who are able to take like a razor and seam rip. I'd be way too scared that it's gonna cut my fabric, so I'm gonna stick to my seam ripper. Which even with a seam ripper, you can potentially cut your fabric. But kind of like what I'm dealing with now is probably why you'd want to make a mock-up because it's not going to be noticeable to everyone else. But what can happen is when you sew, of course, the needle is puncturing holes to into the fabric to sew it together with the thread. And so if you mess up and then have to seam rip it, now you have all these holes. Which in my case, since it's the sleeve, it won't really matter. But if you're doing like, I don't know, something where the seams are more visible, like a top stitch or something, it just doesn't look nice. So then you'd want to do a mock-up, make sure everything fits properly. I didn't have time for all that, so I didn't do it. Meow, meow. Okay. I actually low-key wanted to play some Marvel Rivals today, but I was like, let me finish working on this because a lot of times during the week, the reason why I say like I don't have a lot of time left is because a lot of times during the week, after work, I just don't feel like doing anything else except for the days that I stream. I just want to go lay down or watch anime or a K drama or something. Okay. Which the most recent K drama that I'm watching now is Love to Hate You. it's it's so silly, like in a funny way. But this guy, he like dated this one girl, and that like messed up girls for him. Period. Like that part's not silly, but it like he is a romance actor, but because of his past relationship with the one girl, he can't kiss girls without wanting to throw up. And so there was like a scene where they film essentially one of the romance scenes, and they're like, "Oh, cut, perfect, good job, everyone today. That was a wrap, meow meow meow." And then the girl is like, "Wow, like maybe he likes me, meow meow meow." And then she walks past the bathroom, and he's in the bathroom like scrubbing his mouth with a toothbrush. He was like, ugh, ugh. And she was so offended. Like I don't know what I would do seeing that. Like I couldn't witness that. It was so funny. It's a lot funnier than I'm probably making it, but and then there's this other girl who is a lawyer, and she like just is gathering, I guess, information on like how guys are and like dating them. So she's dating like a bunch of people. And one of the scenes, is that the right way? Am I putting this in wrong? No, I am. I need to put it inside out. I was about to jack this up. Yeah, so she dates a bunch of guys, and literally, she's at a hotel, and she comes out of her room, and she's dating this one guy. She comes out of her room with this guy, and then the guy that she's dating, shows up with this girl at the same room, and he's like, "Honey," and she's like, "Oh, hi," and he's like, "Oh, "Were you cheating on me?" And she goes, "Well, you brought someone to this hotel room too." And the girl that's sitting next to him is like, "Honey?" Like, what do you mean, honey? Oh shoot, where is this middle scene? I was like, that's kind of crazy. Okay, we'll put that there. Hopefully this is straight. Nope, still not straight. Oh, can I put this seam in? There we go. Goodness, did not have to be that hard. Okay, I'm just gonna use clips because it's gonna take me all day if I do the pins again. Line up the mid seam. Oh, I'm also watching Bon Appetit, Your Majesty. It's another K drama. So I'm gonna have to go back and re-sew this seam because this was essentially just a basting stitch. Even me just trying to pin this down, it's like coming apart. But I want to make sure that this works before I sew it down. Come on. And before I essentially cut off all the seam allowance because you can cut off fabric, but you can't put it back without Frankensteining it at least. Okay, let me grab another pin. What I did to make it so that I can also like read you guys's, like chats and stuff is I just made the chat on my screen super big, like silly big. That way I can read it all the way from here because we know I'm blind. You can't see nothing. A whole lot of nada is what I can see. Okay, that fits all the way around. Um, make sure though this is kind of flush. I think I can kind of take this out a little bit more. Where is even the jacket that I used? Let me go grab the jacket that I used to even model this pattern off of. Okay. Meow meow. Meow meow. Hi, toy bear. Okay, we went on a little trip. Oh, shoot. So this is the jacket that I stole the pattern from. So I'm curious as to why it's got so big. Because I used this whole pattern for all of it, like the shell at least. I'm just gonna line this up. Just try to see where I went wrong. These little clips are just so handy. I don't know how I was sewing beforehand. Oh shoot, no, I did mess up. It was me. Because this is like way bigger than, than this jacket. I can already see that. I just want to see if it'll match up. How did I do that? I did that with another shirt that I was working on too. It's like my brain just does not understand pattern, sleeve patterns. This is so big. How did I mess up this bad? It's all right. Every day we learn something. Some inspirational quote here. You know what inspirational quote be cracking me up on Instagrams because everyone like reposts it, but they're like, "You think the itsy bitsy spider gave a fluff about the rain? No, he got back up and climbed the spout." So funny. Yeah, so I had like just I guess added 5 million inches of seam allowance that I did not need to this freaking pattern. I don't even know how I did that. Oh shoot. Come on. Thank you. Okay. Line this up at the bottom here. I can't believe I did that. Oh, why did my headphone get weird? That still seems a little off. Okay. I kind of wanted a wider sleeve though, so I think I'm gonna leave the bottom the way that it is, and I don't know, go from there. Okay. Yeah, that's not good at all. Okay, there we go. I'm just trying to flatten this out so I can get the actual sleeve pattern because I don't know what I did. This is almost like draping in a sense because I'm like flattening it out. This needs to go down a smidgen more. Then like if you see this little lump here, I need to get that flat. At least that's how I understand it. Or else it's not gonna fit right. Can I move this over a little bit? Okay. I can't believe I had so much left over. Okay, just going to put this out. Dang, I still need to take this down some. Actually, I don't really think the bottom of it matters as much as the top. Let me make sure the top is nice and flattened out. Ow. There we go. Oh, on Disney? Did you hear about the Moana? They're supposed to be releasing soon. I was like, dang, that was low key kind of quick. At least to me, it was a little quick. Oh,
Fear
he
me if you
said
dare.
about that. Oh, thank you so much for following, Lauren. How's it going this Friday? I'm glad you found me. I'm just doing I'm working on a Toge Inumaki cosplay, which I'm working on the top currently, and I severely messed up the sleeve, so I'm trying to fix that now. Get it nice and taut. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. Yeah, Mama, I don't know what happened. You sent help. I somehow added like three some odd. I somehow added like three some odd inches. Like I don't know how I did that. My Friday is going not much, but better than worse. Yeah, you know what? Is as long as you take each day at a time and you just do your best. Sometimes that's all I can give. Like, and especially as like for someone like I can relate in terms of sorry, all that fabric. And the terms of like someone that has a chronic disorder too, like sometimes like me just getting out the bed is all people are getting from me that day. And you know what? That's all right. Yeah, I somehow in an effort, I guess, to make sure I had enough seam allowance, I apparently was like, well, let's add all the seam allowance in the world. So now I gotta like cut this down like a heck of a lot. myself. Yeah, so I typically do play games when I stream. So on Tuesdays, I play Dead by Daylight with the Fogbound group. We'll either play Dead by Daylight or sometimes we'll switch it up and play some Marvel Rivals, which Jason just recently came out. So if you have not been on Dead by Daylight in a while, Jason's a fun time. Like I haven't played him as a killer, but it's like it's scary, but it's fun. Hmm. And then on Thursdays, I play with my bestie, which we're currently playing Dead Island 2. Uh-oh. Did I jack something up? Yeah, we're currently playing Dead Island 2, and that's where you just fight all the zombies. I need that to be straight before I cut this. But today we're doing just like a cosplay sewing type stream. Some days I'll also do like a stream out in the garden, so I'll show you all the garden and what I'm growing at the time. Hi, DX. How's it going? Yeah. I mean, as long as it's appropriate. Okay, I think that looks good now. Hopefully. Actually, I need to bring down my chalk line just a smidgen. Yeah, I need to bring down my chalk line a bit. Oh man. I don't know how I'm doing that. Oh, my chalk! It's breaking up into a bunch of little pieces. Yeah, Mama, when I measured it earlier, it was like over 3.5 inches that I somehow added to this. You're an artist? What type of art do you make? Like, what mediums do you use? I, myself, I love watercolor. I also have this pearlescent set of watercolors. Oh, it looks so good. Um, hmm. Guess your medium? Well, let me ask first. Uh, what typically is kind of like your genre of your paintings? Like, is it more life like? Is it portraits? Is it kind of just like a mixture of everything? Or is it digital art? That way I can guess, have a little hint. Okay, there we go. So actually, this one doesn't look as bad as the other one. The other one made it look like, nope, it's not. Okay, so it's not digital art. Um, so, hmm. Oh, do you use any wet based mediums or do you use textiles like fabrics and stuff? I'm gonna sew this as a basting stitch as well. Now, when you're sewing a basting stitch, you don't want to back tack it because that's just going to make it harder for you to pull out the seam. So I'm literally just pushing it through here. Um, Custom made artist. Okay, cool. So does that kind of mean like you just kind of do whatever just comes to you? Kind of like, you know what I saw that was really cool is I went to a fashion show and like since then I've saved a lot of my threads. But someone made art by saving up all the threads that they used for sewing and they sewed it down onto fabric and it made this really cool like textured fabric that was really neat. Oh, like 2D and 3D. Oh, have you do you make any 3D like Vroid models too? I want to learn how to like work more with 3D objects. I think it's Blender. I downloaded Blender, but you see the way my computer is set up? My computer just okay, cool. How long did it take you to learn how to like use 3D and like 2D I kind of got a little bit of a grasp on, but 3D for some reason like struggling. I've seen this one girl on TikTok that she's starting to like do some tutorials on how to make like basic 3D models and stuff. Oh, I have made one 3D model which I printed for my Moogle cosplay. I had to make the little emblem that goes on like the head of the hat for the Moogle, for the delivery Moogle from Final Fantasy. I made that. Oh, your sister's also an artist, so she taught you. Oh, that's so nice. And it's really like something like I know a lot of people say it's, oh, you just like were born with that, which some people might be born with like, more inclination towards creativity, but really for like sewing, for art, you have to learn like fundamentals, you have to learn like color theory, you have to learn all of these things where it's not just like, oh, I just picked up a paintbrush and said meow meow. And and it was, like the best painting on earth. You're a professional artist. That's so cool. So what other do you make any other type of 3D art too? Besides like Vroid models and stuff? I know there's some people that make like 3D scenes, especially for, like VTubers and stuff. I just need to buckle down really and learn some more. Same thing with sewing. Like I've learned everything from YouTube. Besides like one class that I took, but that was in high school and our teacher wasn't even there because our teacher had just left when I got the class. And so we just had a sub. So right now what I'm doing is I am seam ripping my previous stitch that I did for this sleeve because it was way too big. It was way too big to fit in to the sleeve hole that I have, the armhole. So I've got to seam rip this, but be careful because I don't want to damage the fabric. This is all the fabric that I got. If you like, I can make a VTuber model of your channel. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet of an offer. You can definitely like send me your details because while I do already have a VTuber model, I might be looking for like different clothes or assets. But yeah, I actually already have a VTuber model. Mhm. I made it all by myself. Well, watching a lot of tutorials, but I made it all by myself. Ooh, should I show you mine? Hold on. I'll give me a break from this. Okay, let me pull mine up. What is all? For anyone that does VTube, I use Warudo. Oh yeah, like if I'm able to afford some assets, I will definitely look your way. Right now, I had to just with my funds, the way my funds is set up, I had to make my character and everything from scratch. Okay, let me see if my computer will allow me to run this and stream at the same time. All right, it's connecting. I usually turn this on beforehand. Okay, let me turn this on. Oh, there we go. So this is my virtual character, which I gotta step into frame for it to start tracking me. Imposter! Yeah, this is the one that I made. I worked on it for like a really long time. My first rendition was like when I first started streaming, I think like what has it been 8 years? 8 years ago. So this is my second model. And for this one, it has some Mikote marks because I like Final Fantasy. I also have a third version. Really, I wouldn't even say that's like a third version. I'd say it's like maybe 2.5. I added some more makeup to her, and I also fixed some of her emotions. So when I go like, she does a little like shocked face. Mostly right now, my emotions are set up to kind of trigger and warudo whenever I'm like, it does the fun emoji. When I'm shocked, it's like, now the sad one kind of gets mixed up with, yeah, you can send me a message on Instagram. Yeah, whenever I get like sad and angry, it's like a little harder to pick up. I can't tell. It's a little far away. It's a little harder to do the sad and angries. I gotta tweak those settings a little bit more. But yeah, let me move her out the way. Oh, actually, I might take a picture of my background like this for when I'm VTubing. That looks actually kind of cute, right? Oh, no, no, thank you. I don't need an overlay at this time. But if you do send me a message on Instagram, I'll be able to have your information for whenever I am looking for something later. Right? I should take I'm gonna take a picture of that later. I unfortunately do not have the funds, and so I, I know like, being an artist, like we deserve to get paid and stuff, and so I wouldn't be able to pay you for like commissions and stuff. But once I do got some dollar bills, bet. Dollar bills, y'all. Yeah, I made mine in Vroid Studio. I actually put out like an infographic on my Instagram too, on like how the whole process of how I made my virtual character, um, because it took like a lot of research for me to do. So I had no idea what I was doing. You did it? Okay, awesome, sweet. Yeah, that way I can check out some of your work. Okay, there we go. But yeah, so don't worry about that. Yeah, unfortunately, I just don't. My pockets runneth empty. I just don't be having the funds like that. Um, oh shoot, where I back tacked is like not coming out here. Yeah, Lauren, I'll check it after stream. say this is why you don't backstitch your basting stitches because then it's really hard to take it out afterwards. There we go. Jeez Louise. Like that took forever. There we go. Oh, I did also hear that Dead by Daylight they're gonna be bringing Scooby Doo, which is like really cool. I was like, I never would have thought Dead by Daylight would bring in Scooby Doo. If you don't, can you follow me back? N- Not text me. So that sounds good. Yeah, I'll check out your page. If you sent it to my obvious disaster Instagram. Okay. Jeez Louise. This side was like a lot harder than the other side was. Just minding my business trying to freaking take this out. There we go. Did I get it? Did I get all of it? That's about as much as I'm getting. I low key might not even. I might not even surge this back up, to be honest with you, because there's so much that I have to cut off. I might though. I might. Dang, we're still kind of stuck. So last time I went to a convention out of state, I went to PAX, and man, I'm gonna be looking forward to like different foods in Houston because whenever I'm on Food Talk, it's forever in Houston, and I'm just like, can y'all bring that here or something? Thank you, Lauren. And so I'm definitely gonna be looking for food, good places to eat. I don't know what else is out there though. I'll have to do some research. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. Oh, like when I went to, sorry, I lost my train of thought. When I went to PAX, I tried oxtail ramen. And when I tell you it was so good, I was like, they brought over the bowl, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna finish all this. Like, this is so much. When I tell you my bowl readeth empty, yeah, if we could, yeah. Just because I can't like see all your pricing and everything right now when working on this. Yeah, I had oxtail ramen. I was like, I never tried nothing like that before. It was so good though. I remember being so full after that. Go on without me. Okay, if this one Loki fits in better, I might just copy this one. Hello. That's my mama bear. Hmm. This side. I still have to get through trying to figure out how to fit my head in this thing. There is another way to sew sleeves. It's just that way I feel like doesn't isn't the look I'm going for. Like I'm going for very structured school uniformish type. And so I did the way that you're supposed to do this. That's how I start running into all these issues. Okay, this is to see if this actually fits. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'll be able to check your message on Instagram. I mean, I will just set the expectation though, like I do not have funds right now, so whatever I'd be looking for would be probably in the future. Okay, hopefully this fits now. And if it does, I can copy it to the other side. Okay, so this might be a little dicey. I think I kind of need to pull this a little bit more. So what's weird about like sleeves is that with it having a curve, you kind of have to like curve it in and under to make sure that it fits. Low key though, if this keeps getting on my nerves, I might I might just move on to hemming, and we might just have a sleeveless option. Like this might just be a sleeveless uniform. This is the part of cosplay that scares me a lot, mate. I keep pricking my finger with a needle. Look, I do too, which is why you can also use clips. Of course, sometimes the needle is better. And there's also like what's it called? Thimbles. I just don't use them because I just cannot be bothered to use it. Okay, we'll go like that. This should fit. This feels like this should fit. I think it'll fit. I'm just gonna go ahead and stop playing around with it, and I'm gonna sew it up. Can I just sew it like this? I'm not gonna bother my mama. I was about to call it. I was about to be like, "What you think of this?" She gonna be like, "Now, girl, you're the sewer." Okay. There you go. So I can take it from a little bit more. Right now, I'm feeling for the seam, see if there's any other alterations I need to do. I honestly think this is fine. I'm just gonna go with this. I'm so tired of the sleeve. All right, thank you, Lauren. I'm honestly so over this sleeve, so I'm just gonna sew it. Make sure my arm fits, and that's it. Yep, my arm fits in there. Thank you, Toy. Just like that. That should fit. Yep. All right, that should be good. Have a good one. Okay. Oh, I gotta copy this onto the other side since this one fits. Actually, fun fact, if anyone's used any of the emotes on my channel, except for the new Scream emote, I made all of those. In Procreate on my iPad. Let me flip this inside out like so. Why is my chair making that noise? Cause if oh, is that my chair? I'll say, cause if I fall about this chair, I'm ending stream. Like, what is that? Oh, the bat. Yeah, I made the little kittens. I made that and my sub badges. This is the one I want to copy. I made all those on my own paws. I mean, it took me a second, but I made it with my own paws. Make sure this all lines up before I copy what I did to this one onto the other one. Yeah, I make my sub badges, and then that's also where I get like some of my like it's a Avi merch. Is it's my art basically. Hi, Toy. Can you see Toy? I don't think so. Oh, neat. Oh, hi there. You want to say hi? You want to say hi, baby? She's like, hello. I'm just a baby. Oh, did my thing go off again? So after this, I really just have um, the belt for Orochimaru left, um, and if I do an Uzui Tengen cosplay. But really, this is kind of like the bare bones of what I need. Yeah, I know what an animated emote is. I've been on Twitch for a while. little bit, actually. There was this one cosplay I wanted to do as well. I want to do a Cells at Work cosplay. I don't know if you've seen that anime, but it basically follows around like a red blood cell, and it's actually pretty informative. Like it tells you about platelets and stuff. Like it's pretty cool. It tells you about like bacteria's enter the body, and the red blood cell is really just a red blood cell personified. I've also been playing Escape the Back Rooms. Yeah, with my partner, and we've been putting that on YouTube. It's pretty funny, if I could say so myself. The last time that we played, I had there was like this monster that was in the window, and I was like, "Oh, look at him! He's like just being a funny, silly guy." And he straight yanked me up. He broke the window and yanked me up. I said, "Hello? Can I help you?" Had us cracking up. And then there was this other part where we had to like walk past these like beings that had cake and balloons. And I don't know why, but they just had it out for me. But I want to get through playing the rest of that one. Oh, Warren, what type of anime do you watch? Like, do you watch isekais? That's usually like the one me and my mom watch. Who watch isekais? What she can give you like all the anime recommendations. Like I started watching anime with my mom. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of our favorite genres. Okay, so now that I have about where I want my seam to go, I'm going to take out this seam, which was just the basting stitch, which is a lot easier to pull out. I probably even could have made the stitch even wider and I could have just literally pulled it, but I needed to stay somewhat together. We've also been watching what we watched, uh Jack of All Trades Party of None too, which I liked it. Like some people had, I don't know, adverse feelings about it, but I thought it was pretty cool. There's some parts though where everyone to crash out. I'm like, Snickers don't let this happen. You can't even find reincarnated in another world. You know there was another season that came out recently, right? This space. Yeah, another season came out. I was like, oh, we lit. My mom just told me about it yesterday. Oh, yep, season 4. You start watching anime with your dad. Oh, you start watching anime with your dad too? Yeah, me and my mom, we would get Buffalo Wild Wings. Well, me and my mom and my siblings and stuff. We would get Buffalo Wild Wings, and we would either watch House or we would watch anime. Which House was just another one of those like medical shows and stuff. I can't say that I do at this time, Lauren, but if I do have like one of my friends talk about needing an artist, I can definitely direct them to your page. All right, so now that I have done all that work of fixing my sleeve, I can actually sew it in. Oh, shoot. I'm still not sure how I even jacked that up, but it is what it is. So this is a little tricky because instead of having like a seam guide, I have to sew this straight myself because like all of this extra fabric that I have to just I have to just hope and pray that I sew this straight. Oh shoot! Wait, I forgot to change the stitch. Ugh. Yeah, of course. Oh shoot. Okay, so I need to change my stitch. There we go. I'm about to sew this together with the wrong stitch. And I would have been mad if I got all the way to the bottom. I was like, wait a minute, why is my stitch coming apart? Okay. Yeah, there's a couple of different horror game demos that I want to try out. There is The Floor Above, which is another one of those like find the anomaly type games, which I've tried one of those before. Oh, you can call me Avi. I say it's Avi. Yeah, so I have downloaded the demo of The Floor Above. It's essentially an anomaly game where you are put in a chair and you have to search for anomalies, and if it's like correct, I believe you move up. If not, something else happens. But I thought it'd be interesting to try out, especially after the last one I did. I still want to see Platform 8, which is that movie based off of this the game of the same name. Uh, OBVI. Um, I actually got that because my friends always be like, "It's a obby." Did I forget to take out the seam? Oh shoot! I would be probably will not print out Orochimaru stuff today. After I finish up this top, I at least want to finish up this top today, and then move on to something else tomorrow. Like I've been trying to only take 1 to 2 days on each piece. For one, because I don't have a whole lot of runway time to work with, but also so I'm not like perfectionist, kind of like like nitpicking everything because that's what I'll do sometimes. Oh, cool. Yeah, I have a web designer friend too. Aw, Abby's the best. Thank you, Newt. You're always so sweet to me, my friend. Do you and your wife have any plans this weekend? Oh, BMO's also the best, but I'm like the best, right? No, I'm kidding. It's like when the kid asks like the mom like, which one of us do you love more? Yo, BMO had me cracking up yesterday. Lord, you said you got a friend in me. Oh, speaking of that, did y'all see that there was going to be another Toy Story too? You got a friend in me. Meow meow meow. Don't know the rest of the words, so I'll just say you got a friend in me. Meow 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 meow. Et voilà. Okay. All right, we starting to actually cook now. Got my stuff down. Now I got my sleep pattern, which I need to just make a standard sloper. And what a sloper is something that designers use, which is like just the base pattern. Which I don't know why I haven't been made one of these. Well, I know why because it involves a lot of math. um, but you make a basic sloper, and then that way you just keep adjusting that pattern. That way you have like the perfect fit, and you adjust the sloper from like making a sample on yourself first. No, I haven't seen Toy Story 5 yet. I thought it's like coming out soon. Is it already out? I've also been hearing like people talking about a new like horror movie, like Obsession or something, but no one's like saying what it's about. I know they're probably like not trying to like ruin it, but at the same time, I'm like, what is this movie even about? Like everyone just keeps being like, oh, it's like so crazy. Oh my gosh, meow meow meow. I'm like, well, what's crazy about it? Somebody tell me something. Who's got answers? Yeah, I think Toy Story 5 is coming out soon. I don't think it's out yet though. But I usually would just wait for movies to just come out on streaming. Like there's just so many people at movie theaters now. There used to be one place where I felt like it was made in the shade. Like no one used to go to this movie theater. This was back when I was in Texas. And so me and my mom would go. It would be empty. It was perfect. It's kind of like I'd rather just get popcorn and watch movies at home nowadays. You know, popcorn's expensive too. I'm like going to the movies. Just don't do it for me anymore. All right, Lauren, have a good one. Toy has come back to join us. Toy Bear is my German Shepherd. She's just a baby. Yeah, Lauren should be able to see you. Because what I have is I've combined the chat so that they can show up on the stream for everyone. That way, if like we have people chatting on the YouTubes, and we also have people chatting on, well, before I had like TikTok too, but when you have for TikTok, you have to like go live in your streaming software, and then you also have to go live on their studio, kind of like YouTube, but it's just like it's a lot of work. So when I go live on TikTok, it's usually just like on my phone, and sometimes like it would show that I was live, but I wasn't live. Like when I would go and like check on another device, I'm like, oh, well, that explains why when I was going live from my computer. Like that explains why nobody's up in here. DX, do you have any? Plans for this weekend? Yes, Newt. How may I help you, dear friend? Oh, that clown that we were facing yesterday in Dead Island 2 was crazy. When I saw him run away, and I said, "Oh, why did he get all of his health back?" Oh, and wait a minute, that's not allowed. Okay, so now just to explain what I'm doing, I'm cutting off all the extra seam allowance, like all this. I don't need this. Yeah, I get the hustle, so that's why like check I'll check out their page and see what they have going on. Sometimes it's just kind of like there's a time and place for some things, um, and it's something like a conversation we can take offline. But I get it. Like I know there's a lot of people who like have to commission and like even with things like Etsy and stuff, like there's a whole lot of scammers on there. So even if people do get commissions, it's like people that are like scamming them and stuff. I'm like, geez, Louise, like what is going on? But yeah, but sometimes there's just time and place for things, and like some people just don't recognize it. You know what I've been eyeing though, Newt, is Directive 8020. I'm keeping a close eye on that for when that goes hopefully on sale at some point. That way me and Bestie can play that one and finish round off the Dark Anthology series. Oh yeah. No, I'm careful. Because I have people like reach out to me all the time, and unfortunately, like while I would love to be able to commission folks, like I don't have the funds on me, and I wouldn't I wouldn't assume that you know I'll get it like for free or anything. Like I feel like if people put in work for it, unless they're like adamant, they're like, no, 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 like you and meow, I'll get this for you. But I don't like to go in assuming like, oh, they're just gonna make me something. Meow meow. I'm gonna try to get myself out there making some videos and stuff. Okay. Do something nice. Yeah, okay. All right. So you're gonna be making some videos. Can you share with us what you're gonna be making, or is it a surprise? I can wait too. You don't have to tell me. Yeah, you definitely have to be careful though out there. That's why I was like, you can message me. I can check it out, but of course, like don't click on any links. Like if I can't see portfolio on like the Instagram page, I'm not clicking any links. Even with stuff that I feel like should be safe, I'm like, nah, just in case, because this could be some new thing people are doing. But also to have like some positive intent. I'm like, no, it could be just trying to get commissions and stuff. I just unfortunately do not have the funds to spend on that right now. All right, so I am going to surge off this new seam line. I know I said I was probably just gonna leave it, but I'm gonna know in my heart that it's not clean. You got your eyes out. Thank you so much, New. I knew you were, in my corner for me. I got a little too reckless. New, don't play around about me. Okay, hopefully this will actually fit in now. And then after I finish this up, I'm probably gonna wrap up, like, working on my cosplay stuff for tonight. I just want to at least finish this because I'm trying to finish one thing every like 1 to 2 days. All right, sorry. I try not to talk when I'm surging because it will come through. I don't know if you guys could hear it, but it comes through on the microphone. I think when I'm talking more than if I'm quiet. So, oh, it's gonna be on Detroit Becomes Human. Oh snap! I haven't played that in a hot second. And Nude DX Minute on the YouTube said hi. Yeah, I haven't played that in a hot minute. That'll be pretty nostalgic to see. And you're gonna upload that to YouTube? I have to keep an eye out then. I'm always trying to play like my friends' content and stuff like when I can, so I'll like pull it up and listen to it. Lurk a lot of times if people are streaming. I'll just Nickies. Mostly like listen also when I'm in the garden too. I can listen to my friends and then be working in the garden with my headphones. Okay. Wow! Yay! I'm so happy. Are you happy too, baby? So you say, yay! What are you happy about? Okay, honey. You can't get all your fur everywhere. He's like, I cannot? Well, why not? Isn't that right? He said, well, why? I'm just a baby. Sometimes, though, when she's being really cute, but I don't want to rile her up, I'll be like, oh my. I did it this morning with Mama. I was like, Mama. She was like, what? I was like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. But I didn't want to use the baby voice, and then she gets all riled up. You're trying to add a fur touch. Like, I appreciate it. I appreciate she's trying to use her artistic abilities, but this cosplay unfortunately does not require any fur. Yes, and TikTok. Okay, so you're gonna be on YouTube and TikTok. Self doubt lingers at the back of my mind, though. I'm just gonna tell you straight up, like it's like for me, if you're like anything like me, like it's gonna happen. Like you're gonna feel the self doubt, but you kind of just gotta like put it out there as much as you feel comfortable with, but like just move it just a little bit out of your comfort zone and post. Like that's how I started on TikTok. Was I tried starting with something that I really really like. So something that I really really liked was theater, and so at the time when I was back in the day, don't scroll back this far, okay? I'm just gonna tell you, you gonna take me for my word because it was a different time of TikTok back then. But one of the things was POVs. And so, like, basically storytelling, acting, essentially with point of views. And I was like, dang, I kind of want to start, like, posting on TikTok, but I don't know what to post. I don't know if people are going to care about whatever I'm posting. And so I started with something that I really like because, and I was like, if anything, I made something that I like. And so I started making point of view videos. They're basically just like acting videos. And then from there, naturally, I moved on to cosplay. And I was already streaming at the time, so I would say post it, see what happens. Just make sure it's like content that you like, though. Now, not perfectionist wise, though, because a lot of times I have to run stuff by my mama because I'm like, Mama, am I thinking too hard on this? Because I'm a perfectionist. If you could not tell, I'm a perfectionist, but not in like the fun way where it's like, yeah, everything I do is like perfect. You know, when you go to like a job interview and they're like, what's one of your weaknesses? You're like, oh, I'm a perfectionist. It's like, oh yeah, because like that means they're gonna do everything as like a really good job. But like for me, I have to elaborate. I'm like, no, I'm a perfectionist. Where like I'm gonna keep thinking about it over and over and over again. I'm gonna keep nitpicking at it until it's perfect to me, which makes me either like not end up posting until like way later, and then I'll revisit. I'm like, why didn't I post this? This is actually like pretty fire. Like pictures too. Like there's some pictures. I mean, because I obviously still struggle with this today, but I've gotten better at least I feel. Yeah, just make sure it's stuff that you like. Mhm. Like I know for me, like there's some dance trends that I like, but I'm not a dance trend content creator. Like there's sometimes I'll do the dancey dance, but that's just not my content. And so if I were to keep trying to like push it out, like I feel like almost people can tell if like you really don't have it in you to make this content, like because it's not your vibe or something. That could just be me though. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is put this on here. Hopefully, I can just wrap this part up. I'm so over this. Ooh. You know what game I would love to like play with y'all is if I could get a copy of Def Jam Fight for New York City. That used to be my game. Like me and my sister would play that like gosh darn every day that we could. I think we had to get like two discs too because we were playing it so much. That used to be my game. I feel like it would be a little fun, nostalgic throwback. I don't know if any of y'all have played that, but that was one of my favorite games. Especially when I got to throw somebody into a train. Which sounds crazy, but it was in the game, like Mortal Kombat. You know how you throw someone into like the ground or something or into a wall. Absolutely. I mean, I'm always happy to share like my perspective, my experience, if that helps someone. I know some people are like, oh, like I'm not gonna share nothing, like meow meow meow. But I'm like, we can all get up. I mean, move up. I'm not a what's the term? A gatekeeper, I guess. But sometimes I will say like I sometimes I'm always scared of like overwhelming people like with the amount of information because I'm like, oh, I know I would have liked to have known this. I would have liked to know this. I would like to know this. And so I'm always like worried about like overwhelming people with too much information. I have scrapped with somebody's on Dojo before. That used to be like literally my favorite game. Like Def Jam 5 for New York City was crazy. It was so good. And now, like, I don't know if you've seen it nowadays. That game is like $100. $100. Back in my day, I could have got like 50, 11 games. No, I'm kidding. I probably could have got like a handful. Yeah, that was one of my favorite games. Another one that I liked, but I didn't play myself. I watched my mom play was Parasite Eve. That was really cool. I really hope they make another one, like a remastered version. I feel like that would be really neat. I'm like, they remaster all these other games. Like, dang, can I get some Parasite Eve or something? You know who she reminds me of is Lilith from Diablo. Actually, the monster from Parasite Eve. How times have changed, right? Because I just know my mama bought us like 3, 4 of them games. Because we would literally me and my sister would be playing it so much, she had to keep getting copies. I think the whole issue with my head fitting into this, I'm gonna have to work that out later. If I could just get this done, that's gonna be all I need. Because if anything, I think it's because of the zipper that I use. If anything, I'll just have to re put on the little zipper teeth when I'm at the convention and go from there if it doesn't fit for whatever reason. Yeah, times have changed. Now it's like we were talking about this the other day. We're like now we get like a freaking Call of Duty game every year. I'm like I just can't keep up with that. Unfortunately, like the games take up too much space. I can like on my PlayStation I can only have like one game downloaded if I have Call of Duty downloaded. And I know you can like buy extra storage, but I'm like, dang, I want to at least play like 2 to 3 games. Why do I gotta buy extra storage? There we go. Yeah, it's like now it's like all these games take up so much space. That's why I do like the streaming option. I don't like that now we have to pay for this option because games take up so much space. I mean, you don't have to pay for the option, but I've been getting PlayStation Premium, I think, and it allows me to download games. I mean, stream games instead of having to have them downloaded on my PlayStation. Cause I don't know if they just think people are only playing like one game at a time, but and maybe that could be though for like the mass majority is that like people normally only play one game at a time, but I have to have at least two games slotted for the week because I play Dead by Daylight and streamed that with some friends, and then I also play Dead Island. So like I need to be able to have more than one game on here. I feel like the lo-fi music also stops me from crashing out because it's calming. Because I promise you, I probably would have crashed out over this arm sleeve thing. Sometimes my mom is just like, I think it's time for you to walk away from it. I'm like, no! Oh, I also have started playing. I think I was telling y'all about this before. I started playing Dungeons and Dragons with another group on Saturdays, and we're playing 3.5 edition. It's my first time playing 3.5. Like I've only ever played 5.5E or 5.5 edition, which is basically just the edition of the game that we're on now. And so that's been interesting because there's like other aspects to it, like stealth. Was it stealth? Stealth isn't just a stealth check. It's like how well can you hide? Um, is it cover or something? Like there's just some different aspects to it than what I'm used to. Did I make this one not wide enough? Like, hello? Why are you deciding not cooperating? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. So if you don't mind me asking, like, what part of D&D confuses you? Is it kind of like where do you get stuck? Is it kind of like character creation? Is it spell casting? Because I will say like I typically tell people if they're just starting out to start out with like a melee type character, so like your fighters, your rogues. Could you go bard? You can go bard too. But like if someone was first starting out, I'm not telling nobody to start with a wizard because it's a spellcaster. That class is a spellcaster, and the spell casting can be tricky because like you have to first off you gotta read your spell. There's been plenty of time where I'm like, oh, I got this big brain moment, and I cast a spell, and it's like the spell Geos, I think it is, doesn't work on constructs. I'm like, oh, and what are we fighting? Oh, it's a construct. Got it. That's it. So my attacks do nothing then. There was one time my friend was DMing, and it was, it's just like that where they're like, oh, use the spell, and so then my friend writes something down, and we are like, yay, meow, 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 like we did some damage, and then we're like, so how bad is it looking? Because it was a ton of damage. If the creature wasn't a construct, like he would have been down for the count, but because he was a construct, he didn't take any of the damage. And we were like, no! It was a sad time indeed. Like, why is this not stretching anymore? Did I cut this wrong? Is that why? That's why I'm like so excited that they're gonna have D&D at DreamCon. I was like, what? I'm so glad that like more and more people are discovering like Dungeons and Dragons, their enjoyment of it. I'm always telling people, I'm like, just try it once. They're like, isn't that game where you throw the dice and you gotta tell stories? I'm like, yeah, but it's a great time. The moment of truth. Will everything go to plan or will it go up in flames? Because the flames hold me. Okay, let me put this up here. That's like one of my favorite vocal sticks. I think I have no understanding of anything because my British class. Okay, so it's kind of like just overall. So, where should I start first? So you have a set of dice, and generally what you'll use is you'll use a D20 majority of the game. I mean, just oftentimes that's what you're going to use. Majority of the game is a D20. That's usually like your decision maker. Let me put this back on. That's usually like your decision maker dice. If you are walking around a town and you want to speak to someone and or sorry, you want to hide or something, you would roll a d20. And then after that, you have skills after your dice. So your different skills will determine how well you do something. So if you go into the city, you're like, oh shoot, I gotta hide. And then you go to roll your d20 because that's your main dice. Your skills will determine how good you are at doing said thing. So if you're a rogue, like you're probably gonna be really good at doing that because they have like a stupid amount of dexterity. But if you are a paladin, which is another class, they typically have heavy armor, which gives them a stealth disadvantage. And so you're probably not going to do very well stealthing. So that's your dice and your skills. In terms of other dice, you will use other dice, of course, when you play, but it depends on like what y'all are doing. So, uh oh, did I mess this up? So if you are using something like a dagger is a smaller weapon. It's usually not really that heavy, and so it's usually 1d4. If you're using something like a short sword, I believe that's going to be like a d6, and that's just the dice with 6 sides. And then if you're using something like a long sword or a maul, something that's heavier, that's going to be like a d8 or a d12. And so that is your dice and your skills. So next, what would I say is next? Next, I think would be like fleshing out your character. So when you're role playing, I think what a lot of people get scared of with role playing is that they're like, I don't know what to say or do, and I want to do what my character would do, but I don't really like know what to do. Is by actually fleshing out the backstory, which you can start with like the bonds, the flaws, which is usually on your character sheet. And then that's how I made like some of my first characters was I started with that and then I would bring out the rest of the backstory. So I'm like, oh, if I'm a Felis, which is a small cat animal, I am the mighty warrior of Sunrock Village, but I'm scared of water, then I'm gonna act a certain type of way if we have to go down to the sewers to fight some type of sewer monster because all this water is here. So while on land, I might be like, heck yeah, I'm gonna destroy them. When I'm in the sewers, I'm gonna be like, oh gosh, everything's scary. Can we get out of here at some point? Is there like any specific class that you're looking at? Like I typically tell people who are newer to start with the martial classes because you don't have to deal with the added um, aspect of spell casting. Because spell casting is different for each of them. Like some spellcasters can change their spells every night. Some spellcasters have to cast out of a book or their tome. Like I think that's the wizard. And then like some get their magic from someone else, like a deal that they've made, and so there's different there's a lot of different things with spell casting. So I'm like, if you just want to like get in, just try it out. I say do a martial class. That way you can get in, stabby stab real quick. I think one of my favorite classes is either um I feel like I might have some puckering of my scene. My favorite class is probably Circle of the Moon Druid. I like that while they are a spellcaster, they're also martial. I think that's why I really like that class because um, I can be squishy in the back lines, but then also if someone tries to step to me, I can just wild shape into a bear and put paws on them. Like, so you thought you was about to come get me? I don't think so. And then I also like swashbuckling rogues because you get something called fancy footwork, which allows you to move away without getting an opportunity attack. And what an opportunity attack is that essentially if you come into the enemy's 5 feet of range and you try to move away, that enemy can now attempt to hit you as you're moving away. Because if you think about it, if you come up to someone and you trying to fight them, and then you're like, nah, never mind, wait a minute, you gotta turn around. You're taking this time to turn around and try to run away. They now have a free attack to stop you real quick. So swashbuckling rogues have fancy footwork, which allows them, um, is it fancy footwork I'm thinking of? Yeah, which allows them to not take opportunity attacks. So what I can do is I can essentially jump in, go pop pop, and then use fancy footwork, disengage, and move away. And so now that person would have to move towards me and like essentially if it's like their turn next, they can't just attack me because I just attacked them. They would have to move up towards me a lot of the times. And if maybe like Dungeons and Dragons isn't your speed, but you like the idea of tabletop RPGs, there's like a ton of different just tabletop role playing games you can play. Like they have a lot of space ones if you like Star Trek and stuff. There's one zombie one that I have that's pretty interesting that we played one time, where it's essentially like, oh, you guys are all sitting here um, sewing while you're streaming to people, and then you hear screaming outside, and when you go to check, roll a perception check. Oh, okay, I got a nat 20. Well, I can hear that there's growling, and I can see down the street, if I peek around a little bit, that there's someone that's actually eating someone's face. Hi, Enoch. Oh, your Discord got hacked? Oh, thank you so much for letting me know. I'm sorry that that happened, though. That's so frustrating. Like, why do they even. Well, I know why, because they're trying to scam people, but I'm sorry to hear that, friend. That sounds very dynamic. I think I would pick the hardest first just to test how difficult I can be. Well, even like as a support, as a cleric, I played this one cleric where, like, oh yeah, I'm healing, I'm keeping people up, but if you wanted to try to fight me, like, I'm putting paws on you. Like, don't get this magic thing twisted. Like, you can play the regular, like, like, oh, I'm just gonna heal the team, buff the team. But if someone came up next to me, I was ready. I was ready for a fight. I was ready to get down. It also helps that I have like I've learned a lot from my friend that I play with because they've been playing for a really long time. So I'm like, what do you think about this? They're like, well, have you considered this? I'm like, that's a good idea. I'm gonna take that. I don't know what I would say is the hardest class. Whereas like I just haven't played like in a game. I haven't really played a wizard. There's probably some people that can go crazy on the wizard. I just haven't played them. Like I think there was I did actually I'm kind of fibbing, but I'm not at the same time. I did make a wizard character in Baldur's Gate because I wanted to kind of test it out. Oh, do you have Baldur's Gate? I've heard it's been really helpful. I think it's really nice. Really helpful to kind of learn like some basic dynamics. Of course, things are different because it's video game format, but like some of the basic dynamics of like combat, um, actions, bonus actions, because that's another thing is like you have to have, of course, actions to do all this. And theoretically, not even theoretically, um, the each turn in Dungeons and Dragons is supposed to be 6 seconds. So you have to think of like, what could I do in 6 seconds? So, oh shoot, what did I do? Oh man, I think I messed this up. So realistically, if you're being like, if you're fighting something, you'd be able to move about 30 feet and then take an attack. But you won't also be able to like go around the whole town and save 5 kittens from a tree like all in one turn. So there's like this gap in here, and I'm feeling like I'm gonna have a little bit of a ripple, but you know what? I'm getting a little bit hungies and eepy, so I'm just gonna keep pushing through. If anything, I'll just have to seam rip it, but I want it to at least be done tonight. Like if I want to go back and try to fix it up later, I think I'm just gonna do that. Ow! And I keep sticking myself. This is like the part that I don't like the most. Oh, you're gonna get it? Okay, yeah. Yeah, Baldur's Gate is a lot of fun. And it lets you make decisions, you can roll dice. It's pretty cool. I think to get just like a basic top level understanding, there's also some like videos on YouTube too. When I first started playing, I had watched some videos on YouTube on how to play because I just wanted to start playing. And there's some really good videos out there on like understanding certain classes. So if you're like, you know what, I am gonna go the wizard route. I want to try a caster first thing right out the gate because I want to see like how difficult it can be first, right? You can go on YouTube and look up like what do I need to know about wizards in D&D 5e or just in D&D. Ooh, goodness gracious. I'll be so happy when I'm done with this. Oh, speaking of garden updates, I know I said that like a little while back. We got a ton of cucumbers. And so my mom made some cucumber kimchi. When I tell you she put her whole body up in that, it was it was so good. And it's such like a nice, refreshing snack. I've been tearing it up. And it's also from our garden. It's like, what the heck? This is food that we grew with our own paws? We also had eggplant pasta yesterday. That was really good. Eggplant, zucchini, and what's so crazy to me is that it tastes so fresh. Like this is like the freshest zucchini and eggplant I ever did taste. And I was even telling my mom, it makes me wonder, like, how long is, like, I mean, we think we're getting fresh produce, but, like, how long is that produce just sitting there? Because when I tell you, like, it tasted so fresh. Like, that's all I can say. Okay, I'm rounding up this edge. People just gonna get what they get with this one because I'm I'm getting over this this project. Oh my goodness. Like why was that so difficult? Just to sew this sleeve in. And it better look good. Okay. At least it looks nice. Okay, okay, let's leave down. One more to go. You know what I've been kind of like thinking about too is I kind of want to get back into theater. I feel like that was like such a fun time for me. But like theater, uh-oh, is this the right way? Please don't tell me I sewed this on wrong. Oh, okay, no, okay. Ooh, I got a tiny bit scared. But yeah, I want to get like back into theater. Like I wonder how difficult it is to get into like little local theater troops. Because well, so I should say I really enjoyed theater, but at the same time, it's like our I didn't get to be in roles that I was really looking forward to, which I know that's of course the case for a lot of people, but um our theater teacher just used to always pick the same people, and then he was like, "Oh, well, if you join the class, like these people are in my class, so if you join the class, because I was just doing it after school, he was like, if you join the class, then, you know, maybe they'll be a role for you." And I joined the class, and still like I was always like an understudy or I was an extra or something, which is fine, like because of course those are needed, but like I wanted to like be in like one of the main roles. Yeah, like a set. And, like it was fun to help like build the sets and stuff. Like I wanted but a crumb of a speaking line. There was one that I did for a Christmas Carol where I was like, the sister that was passing away, and it was really cool because we had like essentially the audience up on the stage with us, so they were like really close. And I like had to make myself cry because I wouldn't be able to sneak no eye drops in. It was so funny though. My mom used to be like, "You want me to come up there? You want me to talk to him?" Because I was like spending all of my time at theater, which is ultimately why I ended up moving to Winter Guard my senior year. Like I went on to do some Winter Guard because I was like, "Dang, I'm spending all this time here," and I'm like, I think I would have felt better if also the way that the people who were, helping fill in some of the like background roles and stuff, if we were, in my opinion, just treated better because they would have all the main actors film their stuff and then we would wait all day, which I mean could be how like stuff is done on sets, but we would wait all day and then get to our part and it's like 15 minutes and it's over for practice. I'm like, so why couldn't y'all knock us out first? Oh, also, if you play Diablo, there's going to be a new season starting soon. My mom was just telling me that before I started streaming. I think in the next 3 days, she said. Let me just turn this around. Y'all, this gonna look so good when it's done. Oh my gosh. Sewing though is really a trust the process. You're looking a little crazy at first. I can't wait for my new pieces for my embroiderer to come in too. Um, I got an embroider off of Facebook Marketplace. Um, and a lady was like asking for, I think it was like 550. I said, ma'am, respectfully, with this being an older model, I can give you like 215. But of course, it's an embroiderer, so I can give you 215 for it. But man, I'm gonna start just embroidering everything once I get that in. My mom's gonna be like, who put their name on this? I have worked on a few movies and I've seen the dark and the light side of the industry, but just the experience a person can get from it is life changing. Oh wow. You worked on a Bond and a Bob Marley movie, just to name a few. Oh, that's interesting. So like on set is was it kind of like I was explaining theater was where like they had do is that kind of what they do where they have like kind of the extras just kind of wait around all day and then they have them kind of like slated in afterwards. Like maybe that's just like an industry standard I just didn't know about. She isn't laying down flat. It's fine. This is fine. Just keep sewing. Just keep sewing. 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 What do I got to do? Got to sew. I just always have like so many things I want to try. I'm like, huh? I wonder how this would be. Side quests. That's what we call them. Side quests. And it's so funny too. Like I just be yapping, and the mom of the people that I played D&D with was like, "Oh, so you like art?" I was like, "Yeah, I love art." And I'm like, a little art goblin. Like I'll just jump from thing to thing. And she has like a whole art studio. Well, not it's not like an official like, oh, Google Art Studio like a business or something, but she has a whole art studio. I was like, this would be the art studio of my dreams. And she was like, well, you're welcome to come down anytime and I can help you with anything and yum yum yum. I was like, what? So I'm excited about that. She has like a pottery wheel, and fun fact, I actually did AP sculpture and ceramics when I was in school, which was a lot of fun. I really liked it. Obviously if I took an AP class of it, but I would love a pottery wheel. Even my 3D printer I got from like talking to local people and they're like, "Well, I'm selling this printer." I was like, "Oh, I'd love to learn about like 3D printing and yum yum yum." And they're like, "Oh, well, I'm selling this one because I'm getting a new one." I was like, "Oh, well, how much you selling it for?" And that's how I ended up getting my 3D printer. Whew, we're almost to the end, and then I feel like I need a bite to eat. I feel like my stomach is touching my back. Depends because the extras are always like training for like half a day to do a scene that takes 5 minutes movie, but a full day in real time, extremely fun. Okay, that's good that they're well taken care of too. Like to me, it could just be, of course it's high school, so it's not like something professionals do. But like it seemed like it was just kind of like, yeah, y'all wait off to the side while we get them settled in. So I'd literally be waiting around for like hours. Like I do my homework, I could walk around the whole dang school, like just for us to like practice for like 5-10 minutes, and then we're sent home. I'm like, so y'all couldn't really knock us out before? Oh my gosh, I'm rounding the corner. I'm almost done. Okay, okay. Everyone stay calm. Okay, final whistle. I'm also gonna probably iron this later. Like once I can get this armhole in and hem it, like I'm gonna call it a quits because I can always iron it later. This construction is the hardest part. That connects to that stitch. We're gonna back stitch it. Back it up. Back it up. Then forward. Then forward. Back it up. And we're done! Yeah! We did it! Gotta just make sure there's no puckering. Oh my gosh, we did it! This took forever! Oh, I can't believe we done it! Cut off those. I know I just told y'all earlier to cut off the threads and stuff, but honestly, this is all they gonna get out of me today. I can't do no more. I can't go no further. Well, I can hem it, but yes, we did it. Never would have made it. That's one of my favorite gospel songs. Like, I sincerely did not think I was gonna make it. I was like, I'm about to give up with this whole thing right now. Oh my gosh. Okay. So all there is hemming, which that'll be the easiest part of this project. I promise y'all sewing's fun, but it's really cool how you can make stuff. There's just some pieces that are so frustrating, and that was one of them. Yes, it does. It looks like it's coming together very nicely. I can't try it on and show you because for whatever reason, I think because of my hair right now, I can't fit my head into the collar. So this is what it will look like. Yeah. And then yeah. It'll be like that. Oh my gosh. Oh my mule. You know what? I was just thinking about with the gospel song. There is one gospel song that I just no, there's like two or three. Yes, it is. Yep, they're over on the Twitch right now. Yeah, I'm like, oh, there's Great is Your Mercy. That's one for me. Um, and I just like how there's multiple people like singing it their own way, and they be getting it. I'm like, oh, oh, I feel it in my soul. So that's one of my. Oh shoot. Oh my gosh. Why did this thing come out? See, Black Widow. Menace said, "Is that the Black Widow?" There's that. Great is your mercy towards me. That's one of my favorites. What was the other one? I was just singing it with Mama the other day. Um, Dang, now I'm gonna blink just because I was telling y'all about it. It's me! It's a me, Mario! Dang, Mama, what was that other song? There's great is your mercy towards me. Um, See, I'm gonna have to pull up my phone. Because now I'm blanking. Like, why can't I think of stuff? I have it on my Apple library because we bump into it. Like, great your mercy towards me. What is this? Oh, okay, library. Oh, I have way too many songs. I thought I was about to just come up in here and find my songs. Oh, maybe I have it. Hold on. Oh, no. Dang. It doesn't keep a long history of songs that you've added. I promise y'all, I'm gonna think of the songs after we're done. Oh yes, yes, that one. Take me to the king. Don't have much to bring. Man, that one be hitting. You brought the sunshine. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah, Mama used to be playing that one. That's why I knew we were about to get up and clean on Sundays. About to do a spring cleaning. You the sunshine, you are the sunshine in my life. I love that song. Oh my gosh. It used to be so funny because Mama used to have this huge truck and she'd be riding around because was it bass that you had in it or something? She'd be riding around in that thing, the bass bumping every other day of the week, and then on Sundays, you are the sunshine. The sunshine. That song's gonna be stuck in my head now. Oh, you know what other song's been stuck in my head is that Michael Jackson Chicago song. Especially because them birds. Like, have y'all seen the birds meme? where the two birds start dancing. And run away to Chicago. If y'all haven't seen the bird meme, y'all gotta see it. And then come report back to me. It's the way the bird was like, oh my gosh, it was sending me into orbit. Did I say great is your mercy? Your mercy towards me, your loving kindness towards me. I think I said that one. Okay, so what I'm gonna do for this hem is I'm gonna sew it across first, and then I'm gonna top stitch the top of it because I feel like that's gonna look a lot cleaner than trying to like turn this corner and try to get it up in there. Low key, I might not even have to do that. We get homework assignments. Yup. I expect y'all to have that bird meme memorized by, by next Tuesday. That that meme is so funny. Every time I come across it, I'm like, Mama, look! She's like, oh, brother. Man, Chicago, where she was all alone. Those guys were asking for a name. We still haven't seen the Michael movie either. I heard Jafar Jackson did a really good job. And she was all alone. She said she didn't have no man. I think that's my favorite part. I'm gonna honestly leave the top hem for if I have time. And now hear me out, because honestly, I don't even really think I need to hem that. It would be just a top stitch, just to make it look and lay down flat, look pretty and lay down flat. Oh, I almost sold. I almost pulled the needle out. I would have been crying. I would have been on here in tears. So what happens is if you pull the needle out and you're turning a corner and you lose your spot, the needle, the stitch isn't going to look as good. That's it. That's the explanation. Aren't they supposed to also be doing a Rapunzel live action too? Or is that like one of those things where they just say that they're doing that? Because I thought they picked out actors and everything. You know what beginning me though sometimes is when these movies will have, yeah, I think they're supposed to be doing a live action Rapunzel, is when these movies will have like music groups but it's just for the movie. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna need y'all to start putting out some more songs. Like Fort uh was it Fort Town from Red Panda? Wait, not Red Panda. Dang, what was that movie? They're like, I never met nobody like you. Have friends and I have buddies. I was like, oh, y'all kind of spitting. Or I don't know if you guys remember from That's So Raven, the Boys in Motion. I was like, I'm gonna need them to put out some more songs now. And for whatever reason, whenever I go to the bathroom and I see the In Motion paper towel holder, I always think of them. I'm like, boys, we are the boys in motion. We keep you out in motion, boys. We are the boys in motion. Oh my gosh, it looks perfect. Oh my goodness, it looks so clean, even without the top stitch. That's kind of crazy. Okay. And really, I mean, the top stitch is all that's left. This is done. Besides trying to get it to fit over my head. Oh shoot, I forgot the buttons. I'm gonna do the buttons last. I'll probably do the buttons right before we gotta go because that's something I could do it in my hand with the what's it called, needle and thread. Boys, we are the boys in motion. We give you all the motion. Boys, we are the boys in motion. You know, what I've been seeing that I would probably love to go to is, I guess there's this group that does like adult Disney nights. Like, I would love to go to one of those and just sing Disney songs, but with friends. I mean, I do that within the comfort of my own home now, but I could do it with friends. How am I gonna sew this? Actually, Loki, this might just stay like this. Yeah, I think this is just gonna stay like this. If I can figure out how I'm gonna sew that. I'm gonna try it one more time. Do y'all see it? Do y'all see me? And then when I want to be like tuna, y'all saw how I pulled down that zipper. One more time. One more time. Sashimi. Wow. So now all I got is the button. I mean, honestly, I was gonna put some Velcro or something in here, but I don't think it really needs it. The button's probably gonna go about like here. I should probably mark that now. Salmon. Put that over this over here. Then I'm just gonna use some chalk. This is where I was actually low-key kind of worried that it wouldn't sit the way I wanted it to, but this is actually perfect. I was worried that because in the Jujutsu Kaisen uniforms, they go all the way over, so that's where I wanted to lay. And my chest fits in it. The significance of that is that I made another shirt and my chest did not fit in it. I might still do like just a little strip of Velcro just to make sure that this doesn't come apart and sew it onto the bottom part of this. But like, hello? Like we did it after all the blood, sweat, and tears. And where's the skirt? So this will be the top, and the skirt will go. Honestly, if I was trying to make this more cropped, but I might not even have to add even Velcro if I put the skirt just directly on top of it. Because I wanted this to actually end at my waist like a crop top, or I can pin it in place and then pull it up like this. That's also an option. Actually, actually, well, I'm talking about it. That might be the play. Just pin it up. And then one idea my mom had was to add like a little elastic band to the back. So I might do some type of variation of that. That way there's not a whole lot of space left over, like bubbling in the back. Because as you can see, for whatever reason, I can always make sure my back fits, but it's usually my chest that like just cannot fit in stuff. Like I just don't calculate it properly. I did it! You see me? You see what I did? I'm gonna put this over it. Also, I saw some people joined in. I am fully clothed under here. I'm just trying on my cosplay. Just to make sure everything fits okay. Okay, then I would bring that over. I would have I have some shorts that are going to be coming in that'll go under here, and this will essentially be the look. Which actually isn't too hot. I was worried it was going to be too hot, um, for of course Houston, but meow, meow. Don't mind the arm hem because I forgot to do that, but meow. That's gonna be so cute! Oh my gosh! Even if I just like make this flatter by tucking it in more, I'll probably tuck it into the shorts actually. That way it can be taunt. I'll of course have to iron this out. But I didn't add any like princess theme or anything to it just because I didn't see that on the uniform. But yeah, wow, yeah. I'm so excited! I'm so happy it fits, dude. Like, what the heck? All right, I think that's gonna wrap it up for me. My stomach is touching my back. We can find someone else to raid. I'm just happy I finished this, to be honest, and then I'll move on to the Orochimaru belt. I think that's what I have left, and then I just have to get out what clothes I'm gonna wear under Orochimaru's shirt as well, and that's it. I did all of my cosplays, and I still have some days to spare, so I'll probably go back in and do any of my wish list items. So if you do see another cosplay stream for Con Crunching, it's probably because I'll be doing my wish list items on like stuff that I wanted done, but I was like, if I don't have time to, I'm just not gonna do it. See, this is probably why I'll need the Velcro just to stop it from coming undone. But yeah, that's it for me. We're gonna find someone to raid, so if you'd be so kind to stay for the raid and just say hi to whoever we raid out to, I would appreciate it. But also, if you've been here for a while, we've been doing this for almost 4 hours. Please take some time for yourself. Go ahead and rest, and I will catch you all next time. Let me just find someone to raid. Who is live? Let's see if we have anyone else crunching. Ooh. Okay, we can raid out to um Lip Smacker. They are playing. They're playing Mecha Chameleon. So let's go ahead and reach out to them. Raid out to them. Let them know where you came from. We're working on some cosplays, and I'll catch y'all all next time. Okay, thank you, everyone. Goodbye.